Hello, and welcome to another episode of Sacred, and a warm welcome to my channel Tape of Games. If you hear me softly, there is a reason, because we have lunch and I can't talk so loudly because otherwise the neighbors will complain. In the last episode, we have explored everything with Sharlyana and her companions. We have done. We have uncovered everything so far. Not everything, of course. There is still a lot missing, but we have been able to uncover a lot so far. We have received 4 books and other things. Then I noticed that there are children's voices in the recording. On the one hand, they were foreign children who lived in the green area, so as you know, I live on a mountain. And there's also this slope where the residential building stands, and there it is. There's this green area. They call the green area the adult, just for the bees, flowers, and everything, and you're not allowed to danny on it at all. On it, so where my windows are, there is a beautiful meadow where you think, yes, okay, maybe you could sit there in the summer. No, you can't. It's really forbidden, the landlord said. That is, you're not allowed to sit on it, or you're allowed to let the children play there, because that's because he said flowers grow for summer, i.e. spring, summer for the bees, and that's why you're not allowed to do it. But also the problem is, even if that weren't the case now, for example, then it would be the case that if a child gets very seriously injured or hurts himself, because as I said, that's not fair. Yes, it goes really steeply downhill, then the landlord will be liable for it. So that means the landlord will be held accountable for it. And then it's just clear that he then says yes, no. No one is allowed on it. I also had to get the children out of the way, or I had to go to the balcony, and the children told the children to go away because it's a green area and it's forbidden to go there, because now the landlord has already said once, because then there is termination without notice, and because he has no nerve or desire for it. If something happens, he is responsible for it. I can also understand it somewhere. Let's talk to him here. What do you look like here? Take this for your health, okay? A curative patient. And what is here? Stone with sword. I'll be backer. Should Excalibur be built there? Means King Arthur. Oh no, not another urge. Wrong key. Yes, King Arthur. There's a book that's called Avalon, or The Children of Avalon, something like that. I had that back then. I got it as a gift from a friend of the friend who also visited me on the day I took the photo. Let's talk to him first. God Asrod, please do me a favor and get my paybook home. From today is payday and I've lost my paybook at home again. The paymaster had already warned me that I wouldn't get paid without a book, but I just forgot. Now I'm on guard duty and I'm not allowed to leave my post. If I don't bring home any money tonight, my wife will pack her things and go to her sister in Silberbach. Please do me a favor, go to my house and bring me my paybook, please.
I am happy to take on this assignment. Certainly not.
We're just doing this now as a favor because when you say yes, he's forgotten the paybook again. That is, this has happened many times before, and I think his boss has turned a blind eye several times and said, okay, watch out. You will get your salary, yes, but don't forget that next time, otherwise you won't get any money. The problem is, I can also understand his wife when she says, no, I don't feel like him constantly forgetting his things and then hopes that others will do it for him. In some companies, you have to fill out timesheets. And I can well imagine if you don't fill out the timesheets as much as I know, you don't get any money either. The first few times it won't be a problem, but then the second or third time you have a problem where you don't get any money, and I mean he himself is in debt. Yes. If he doesn't think about it and relies on others and says, yes, they'll do it, it won't work. Thank you very much. Without my pay, Heidelgunde would definitely have left me tonight. It's her own fault, then I'll be honest. Then it is his own fault. So I think we're selling first, right? No, wait, let's do it again. We'll cover more here, and yes, in any case, there was a friend who was there with her child that day. Yes. Oh, so a sweet face. And she wanted to be there once, as I recorded, and I wasn't sure whether I should do that because, wait, I'll explain it in a minute. Introduction reward, pick up. If all rewards for solving a task have been fulfilled, an exclamation mark appears above the client or target person. If this person is addressed, the character receives a reward for the work done, in addition to increasing rewards such as experience and gold. Successfully completed mission, also the reputation among the population. The individual regions can be pacified if enough tasks have been successfully completed. This makes the region safer for the inhabitants again. A pacified region is marked on the world map, button M with a flag. Okay, now is my first question. If I hadn't accepted the one task with the sold book, would there have been any consequences that she would really have left him? Or is it just that it's just like that? And it's so good that no one is not like that at The Witcher 3. You have these... The thing is, if you didn't do that, or didn't accept that, or did that differently than what you were told to do, it's always like that. This also has consequences. This also has consequences in this game. Please write that in the comments. I would like to know that. Let's talk to him here because he has a new quest. Michel, the blacksmith to Schönblick, has disappeared, finds him and brings him back. I only know that Michel wanted to go to Silberbach and was never seen again, especially now that we need his services so urgently with all these goblins streaming into the kingdom. You should talk to his wife Angela. Maybe she knows more about it than you. About the paths he might have taken, you can find them at the forge at Schönblick, okay?
Trust the ancestors.
So, and she was what I wanted to tell, she had just been with me. And then she just noticed that too. I also said this is impossible, this is not the first time. So she knows what I meant because she noticed it often enough that I was constantly trying to take the children away. Yes, trying to take them away. Yes. But somehow either they have no idea. I even talked to the parents and said, be careful. Where I live, there is a green area. We are not allowed on it. No one is allowed on it. Only the caretaker is allowed on it. If he has to check something or if he has to cut the branches from the bushes here, then the caretaker is only allowed on it. But we tenants are not allowed to do it at all. And I don't know. I had the feeling that the parents were so stubborn and said, yes, yes, according to the motto, we don't care. Book monster, look at what this is. We already had books, monsters, demons. No, not at all. We didn't have demons at all, or the Nuk-Nuk-Ne. Then it must be the demon. The common demon is a being that does not originate from this level of existence. Demons exist on each of the 4 handed down elemental levels. But the best known are those restless fellows from the flames of the sea of hell. My God, my cell phone vibrates until and no longer works. Little is known about these creatures, except that they have auras in which they drag part of their demonic plane with them, and that they use a fusion of existential spaces. There are modern assumptions that the root of the word demon may not be the word demonicus, but rather derive from the change of dimensions, and thus should stand for the rather old Karelian dimension. Attempts to summon demons, however, are rarely successful since the violent. Removing demons from their levels often ends in an extremely violent reaction. It is therefore recommended when trying to summon these beings to arrange Penta, Hexa, or even Septacrama as binding areas. To find further literature here can be found under Shada. MGBST, where the idols aired, Introduction to the Summoning of Lesser Demons, as well as from the same author. Sakara Dimension, the Supreme Fire Devil of Hell, an analysis of experimental uses. I think that's Lovecraft's. This necromantium meant because this book is indeed also extremely the army of seraphim, as the demon lords had brought chaos over the idol's divine creation. and magic of darkness, which knew how to open portals to hell with the blood of the innocent. Hordes of demon spawn poured in over the worlds in battles lasting aeons. The idols were pushed back more and more, and the world stone threatened to fall into the hands of the demon lords. Then the Sophia, the goddess of war, sacrificed herself by going up to Vogana, the chief of the demons, and falling down before him. But when Vogana exulted and thought the world stone was in his claws, the divine rose from Sophia's blood. Warriors, the seraphim wiped out Vorgana and his descendants with their divine abilities and drove the demons back to hell. Then, when peace finally seemed to be coming, the seraphim were charged with protecting the world stone. Then they split it into 5 pieces and hid the pieces in all directions. But mighty by divine power, yes, and sheer superiority, in battle the seraphim became arrogant, and in their arrogance the seraphim forgot the protection of the 5 element stones, and these became found and stolen by power-hungry elves, the dark elves. That was a long text, sorry. I had to too. I didn't know when to catch my breath. I would see how long I record. Wait a minute. Okay, I still have time, then let's talk to him here now.
Beautiful Ranger, you have returned under strange circumstances. Systrum, I have the following orders for you. Please go to Porto Valum in the southern borderland and talk to Sergeant Travel. I give you a letter of recommendation for you. Henceforth you shall serve the Prince Valor, who fights in the south against the Ox of Korad Nur. Take for the long journey this gold. And buy a horse from the stables. One more thing is to use the way there to train your skills, because there are certainly many tasks to fulfill in Silberbach or Portovalum.
How shall I be in the midst of these men, far from my forests which give me refuge and comfort?
Donations, excuse me. Introduction dismissed in the game world. The first main mission is solved. This should have taught the basics of the game. While searching the lands in Schönblick, there is certainly still a lot to discover. Ascaron and the secret team wish him much fun in the further course of the game. There is a typo. If you see that it certainly doesn't belong there, that would have to be eliminated. When searching the land around Schönblick, there are certainly still a lot to discover that has to be gone, so that's why, yes. This is a typographical error and also a grammatical error. And there should be a comma here. Ah, no, me now, I'm none. I don't want to be here now. Well, everything's fine. Let's get on okay. Let's talk to the dark elf now.
Our paths are parting, my beautiful megacalories. But as you now make your way through the realm of men, my fate leads me back to the caves of
Sodag closed because I have to protect my sister from the fence of the matriarchs because of my betrayal.
My heart prays to the gods that I may cross our paths again. a rebellaria megacaven.
Here too, there is only one God, not several. So we will always correct this, because I have a problem with making God in the majority, and I actually have a problem with it. I hope and I ask you to accept that, because for me this is not right. Sure, now one or the other will say, yes, then why are you playing the game? It's my decision to play the game, but it's also my decision to say there's only one God. So from there, we have to get a horse now. Introduction, riding. In many places, there are horse dealers who offer different horses for sale. Horses are purchased by clicking on the desired horse bought. After the purchase is enough, one click on the horse to get on or off is a horse in the possession of the character, appears a horseshoe bar. This shows the life energy of the horse. Click on the horseshoe button in the portrait. The horse calls when it is further away and allows the horse to unsaddle even during the fight. The associated hint window gives an overview of the horse characteristics. Yes, as I said, so we need speed 120 here. 140 duration, riding down 10 seconds. Yes, everything is fine. We'll take it. We'll buy it like that. We'll leave the horse as it is, because I don't like sitting on a horse that has bridles. I don't like it. I can't take it off like that. Then let's talk to her. And yes, then let's see. Bring me 10 goblin hearts, revenge is mine. 5 days ago my family traveled from Mascarel to this place. My children and my husband. Just before Silberbach, we were ambushed. A horde of goblins fell on us, killing the waking horses and my entire family. I survived only because I was buried under a horse. When the local militia arrived, it was all over. Everyone was terribly mutilated and mutilated my children. My words stopped. I want revenge. Kill the goblins. No. Tear their hearts out. Bring me 10 of them and don't ask what for.
Trust the ancestors.
I have a problem. Or us. There is a problem when you are buried by a horse and the horse is dead, even if it is alive, and you are lying under a horse completely without you, that your face is free. First, this person, this woman here. I wouldn't live for some reason. A horse is heavy, very heavy, and if the horse falls on you, all your bones would be broken, including your skull. The skull folds like this, which means you would be dead. And even if she survived, she would suffocate just because of the fur. So this is impossible. So I was working in Switzerland and with horses, and I learned so much about horses. And even my boss has explained to me that the most dangerous thing with a horse is not that you fall, but that if the horse lands on you, no matter Whether you are up to the hip, then you will break your legs several times, if at all. Even if the horse is all over you. So that means completely, yes, he said you will. You won't survive this. You don't survive it like that. The vet did that back then. I even asked the vet in Switzerland, and he also said to me, no, if a horse if it lies on you or falls on you, you are dead. Even if it is on you, you are dead because it is heavy. And when it lies, it becomes even heavier. Even if you are earth and it is wet, you will enter, but you will die in spite of all this because you are the earth. On mouth and nose you have that means this is finished, there is a shift in the shaft, you will not survive, and that is something that is not possible, although I also have a problem, and that is why I am trying to explain it to you, because this woman is definitely lying. She is lying, I think that she was attacked at home by goblins, but not so myself. Even if the horse was dead, you won't. Layman to come under a horse because the horse is heavy. The horse, you don't get that. It's not like with dogs, right? What else? Yes, where you can do that again, or with human corpses, yes, where you can lift yourself up and put yourself in between, that works. That's not. So with horses it's a little different. Yes, you can do that, you can't do that. You know a little bit what I mean, and that's why Ascaron was poorly researched. Yes, and maybe Ascaron should have talked more with people who know more about it, or they should have asked veterinarians. Maybe they would have known more that it's not possible for you to survive, but whatever. We're going to the next lady now. I'm discussing so much. No, but no, that's just wrong. And if something is wrong, I'll explain it. And that's why Sandra Lintari helps me in a delicate situation bring this message to Silberbach. Within 3 days in Silberbach, you will find someone who will make themselves known. To receive the message, please help me. My future and my honor are at stake.
Be brave.
Yeah, okay, we'll do that too. But there is something wrong with this woman. Of course she wants revenge here. Sure, okay, I understand. I can completely understand, but then please stick to the truth and not... Yes, I survived because I was buried under a horse. No, that doesn't work. I guess she's been hiding, and that's so good that she hasn't been found. But I don't know, letting her kids down there, no matter who I am personally, who wouldn't do that. Angela and you really want to start the search for my Michelle at the stone circle of the dancing dead. So I thank you for having the courage to seek my spouse, even though he often does not listen. He is a good heart. 3 days ago he wanted to meet the traveling trader Jakob Knoxtrax in Silberbach to purchase a supply of new Masquerel folding blades. On his travels, he often pays homage to the old idol at the stone circle of the dancing dead. Looks there, for the stone circle lies north of the west bridge to Schönblick, just east of the Seraphim Monastery. Okay, yes. We now have one or more tasks to do here. I will also finish here first. Oh, you know what? Let's go here first and see that we... Oh God, excuse me if I post into my microphone like that. That wasn't my intention. Well, so 1 out of 10 and we have an edge, so a sword. Yes, okay, I won't spin swords anyway. Okay, 2 out of 10. There's another one.
Now let me show you what happens when you hit a lady with full force.
Yes. Yeah, and what doesn't happen often? Did you find him now? Yeah, so that's it. Three out of 14, 5. I was gonna say 3 out of 10, so 4 out of 10. And then we keep going up. Wait, there was where... Oh, there, hello, yes, so 5 out of 10. Now let's go further up here. And explore along the way. We have 3 days, so let's not stress here. Yes, and as I said, that's just, yes, it's just not properly researched. Yes, it's not either. It's not bad. Yes, it's really not bad, if that.
Your end is a foregone conclusion.
Badly researched, yes, that can happen. But like I said, you don't survive. She would have been dead before. So, and that's why I don't know, yes, normally I'm so okay, I leave it at that. But yes, I have no idea why I'm so a little bit now. There's a hacking on this topic, but it's just, yes, it's just, I just want to put it right, but okay, that happened. It just happens, and okay, that's just, yes, that's not the way the world is now. Yes, maybe for me. Well, never mind. I think we're taking a little break here. I would say that now. Yes, and we'll see you again in the next episode when it's called Sacred again, and you know what to do. Leave a subscription, a feedback, a thumbs up. I would be very happy about it, and I wish you a good morning or a good night. I wish you a nice weekend or a nice start to the week or a nice midweek if that comes out. When you have holidays, I always wish you something better than what you celebrate. We'll see you in the next episode. Bye bye.